However, as promised, we are doing a medium machine. It's called Strutted. It's on Linux, of course, like I just said. It's a medium, pretty good. Its rating is a little bit on the left side, which is kind of what I want for my first medium. There's a guided mode, but we're going to avoid the guided mode, and we are going to be doing it in purely adventure mode. So first thing as first, we always take the IP address, and we have to do an nmap scan. I'm going to do my best to remember to like increase the font size for you. I know last video did a lot better. I don't know if that's because I literally just increased the size of what I was doing, but I'm just going to pretend it is. And yeah, also while this is scanning, I mean, it's pretty obvious this is going to be a HTTP server. It seems all the mediums just have SSH and HTTP, but okay, we have problem getting Strutted to hack the box. That is a pretty common problem to have. We've solved this in previous videos. I don't remember which one, but you guys can go back and watch other videos where we do solve something similar. So basically, this is just how you would... oh, let's not do that. This is a feature box, by the way, if you're interested. I don't know why that's messing up like that. Let's just quit and go back in. For insert, go to the end. Okay. Still an insert, and I think it's strutted dot hack the box. Yeah, that looks pretty accurate. Now when we do this, it should resolve to that server. Of course, I have corrupt file. I really don't care right now. Okay, awesome. So we've resolved that. We've now had a look. As I expected, SSH is open. I can't really say I'm noticing anything special immediately. Okay, host keys, awesome. TCP is open. Oh, TCP is open. I did not mean to do that. I can't say I found anything special here either. It does a redirect problem. I mean, maybe that could just be because we didn't yet do the like mapping. But okay, and this is also important. We know it's on Linux, so that's pretty cool. Let's increase the size because I know that's pretty important. Immediately we have a image download. That's great to know. Maybe we will be doing some sort of cross-site scripting. I'm not sure. We need to play around with it. We're just going to explore for now. And then I'll end it and I'll do my exploration. I'll come back and share my findings. But, okay, so step-by-step guide. Choose image, upload, get shareable link, share, and enjoy. Awesome. I feel like, are they like hosting? Anyway, who are we? Blah, 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 support. Okay, awesome. Download. Okay, we are downloading. Okay, so that's quite interesting. I think one thing I will want to do is I'll do some sort of, from home, we will, because you can see here, there's no, like, before it had /about. We are going to use GoBuster to find, like, if there's some subdomains. That's always super important to determine if we have subdomains. After that, we probably will have a quick look at what I just downloaded. I'm going to read through everything. And then once I do that, we'll be back and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I haven't really found where my next attack is. Well, kind of, but I first thought I would show you my reconnaissance. So we're obviously in this uploading. The main attack is going to come through this uploading system. I think we all can appreciate that. But let's talk about some other things I did first. So GoBuster, I'll actually increase the size so you guys don't hate me. We ran GoBuster. We obviously knew about and how. I have no idea what this like cancellation is here. I mean, we don't know what it is, so it doesn't really matter. Then you basically just have like DNS query, and render. I'm going to look further into what these actually mean, but for the moment, like when I followed like render here, it just gave me an error. So I'm not entirely sure what these are. I will look into that. So after GoBuster, let me just pull up my OneNote. Okay, yeah, so we obviously have to go into temp strutted. Temp strutted is just a file I made to I don't know if you guys remember, but if you press download, my download is not here, but if you press download, it downloads like the strutted zip. which in temp strutted, if I show you, this is this strutted zip, and then you just unzip it, and you get all these files. So the first thing I want to talk about is if we cat Tomcat. And why we care about Tomcat is because it literally just gives us like user admin password and this. And obviously, because this is a medium machine, I'm going to assume that you can't just use this straight away as admin details to get into SSH. I didn't think you could anyway, so I'm just not going to try. But this might be useful like later on the website enumeration. So yeah, we'll see when that happens. Then further, so I didn't really find anything interesting in context. Like README was just explaining how to use it, Docker file, blah blah, nothing crazy important. So if you want Strutted, and if I pull open this finding thing, basically all this does that I'm about to copy here is it finds files with XML, log, or conf like types on the end. And in this case, we only find XML types, which, I mean, do we really care? Not really. It's totally valid. It's all XML. So the first thing I want to mention that I found most interesting was this POM. And why is because you see in properties, we have struts 2 version 6.3.0.1. And why, oh, you guys, can you guys see that? I keep forgetting that you might not be able to see. No, I mean, it looks pretty big. So in this properties part, you can see the version here. And if you search on the internet, I have it available. There's basically a CV from 2017 on struts 2. And there's actually like a few CVs. So I'm going to try and see if this will work. Maybe I'll try and see if the other one works. But for the moment, that's what I'm currently looking into. But that's also not the only reconnaissance information we managed to gather. So if I just remember where we are. I have no idea why that's like that, but anyway, we're going to cat this, which will give us, where is it? There's like a file size, max file size here. Basically what this tells us is the max image upload is 2 megabytes. Everything we upload needs to be less than 2 megabytes. Okay, so we did that part. Then we're going to do the file upload. Yeah, so sorry for that abrupt cut. Basically, I go on to talk about like Wireshark, which is why I have Wireshark open. The problem is Wireshark was like a very small font size, and what I go to talk about isn't really that important because I've spent now, this is recorded 2 days later from the point I recorded that last clip, because this is actually like, you know, surprisingly medium is quite hard. I've also changed the image, so I had obviously this mushroom before. We are going with the Star Wars logo, a Y, oh no, I like Star Wars. And I've turned the burp repeater on, so basically if I want to send anything, I need to just forward requests. That'll be important later. But first I want to talk about these URLs because I don't think I've shown you the URL yet. And I've also increased the size, so hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for you guys to follow along. But so here we can see that we have image upload successful. I'm not sure if I already talked about it, but this copy shareable link doesn't really work. You can, not like that, you can inspect queue if that wants to work. But anyway, you can inspect, and I believe it will be in the inspect element. For some reason, it's a little bit slow. So we're just going to avoid that. You can see this upload action here. So upload action is, of course, this is a struts, I believe struts command, or at least the JavaScript on the back end is like upload.action. And you can see if you go into it, there'll be a path, which I was discussing last time in the image here. So it's been put in upload / this. And I guess this is some ID or date. And then of course this is the PNG. What we kind of want is, I mean, I'll jump in a second, once this shows. Okay, I'm not going to show it to you here. There's an alternative path, which is this S, if you can see it properly. Well, you can definitely see it here. So -S, this. But if I go onto the internet, and I'll just, ooh, will I? No, I won't. I'll do it like this. It doesn't really matter if there's 2 forward slashes. We'll wait a little bit. I don't know why the computer's so slow right now. But in short, this is just going to take us that shared link. Once it decides to load. While we wait. So we'll get a response. Oh, I need to accept. Sorry guys, I keep forgetting that I need to forward everything. I only want to forward that one. Average repeater moment. So here we go. So this is like quote unquote where it's stored. If we look at the response, so if we go back to dashboard, I think no, it's not dashboard, target, and we look at this one, and we see the response. So it will also show that even though this is being stored like in s dash, like this path on the web server, it's still just being called from that original uploads here. It's still being called from this just like uploads. So everything is in this, like, all uploads that we do are in this upload section. And why I want to bring that up is because, okay, this is my VPN running. Let's open a new tab. Why it's important is if we go back to what I did before with the finding, well, actually, I need to be in the right file for that. CD, it's not in here, so it doesn't matter. Copy that, and then we need to cat either of the struts. It neither matters, they're both the same thing anyway. Awesome. What do you mean there's no search? Yeah, okay, cool. So why we care about here is there's an exclude section that basically says everything in uploads. Yeah, here, exclude pattern. So this means that whatever is in uploads, no matter where you upload it, any subsequent path, anything that has uploads and followed is like not executable. So even if we do manage to get like, a reverse shell, I've realized we need to use JSP and not PHP because JSP is like, I think it's Java web-based, it's a Java web-based reverse shell, not reverse shell, but it gives you kind of that interactive shell. And yeah, so we even if we were to upload like that JSP file into, I guess, uploads, it's just not going to execute. So we kind of have to do 2 things. We need to bypass the checks that, the PNG checks, and we need to like change the directory that's being uploaded into. So that basically just changes completely what I was doing previously with the previous CV from 2017. So I found this one from 2024, which is significantly newer. If you read it on NIST, the important part is its file upload logic, and it's flawed, and you can manipulate file upload params to enable path traversal, which is really important, and in some circumstances uploading a malicious file. And why, again, I kind of alluded to the 2 things we need. We need to be able to upload malicious file for RC, remote code execution, and we need to be able to like traverse paths, because in the current path of upload, we just can't, we can't execute anything there. So even if we get something there, nothing's gonna happen. So we need to change path and upload like malicious file. Basically, this affects these versions, which means our version at 6.3.0.1 is within this range, and then it just talks about potential mitigation. I did a lot of searching, so that's kind of why I had this open here. There's relatively quite a bit. I opened a few more, but you find this GitHub repository. It's pretty good. So it goes over the what is the what was written in NIST basically, and then they give you a PI file, and this PI file is kind of they edit your inputs. So here you can see that this is just the reverse shell, pretty much like for remote code execution. Obviously it's in Java because this whole thing's in Java, like what we're attacking is in Java. And then you scroll down to, I believe it's exploit here, yeah. So they have this exploit file JSP, and then they use top.upload file name, I believe. Yes, they do normal upload, and they do top.upload file name, and I believe that they inject like this into the into this like new path basically. Self.path, what is self.path defined? Yeah, they input the path, right? But this path is going to be, for us, it'll be like maybe I can explain, like our path, because we need to get out of uploads, it will be like this, and then, I don't know, like lol. You know what I mean? So it'll be like this, and then like hacked dot, it'll be JSP for us, but you know, it might be like .png, right? So that's what it needs to look like. And then of course he just has like, you know, if it's successful or not. So I watched then a YouTube video on a guy who used this previously, and it obviously like doesn't fully work. We'll need to adapt the code. But thankfully we can kind of do it with burp repeater. So what I'll show you with burp repeater is I'm not like, we're going to have to use, I'm going to have to go to the walkthrough. Like I can't, I spent now 2 days almost trying to do this with burp repeater, and I just can't get it to work. But basically, because you proxy it, so I'm just going to drop this packet. I don't care one bit. No, we're going to go to the internet. I'm going to go back. Awesome. So Star Wars.png has like nothing in it. It's not going to how they say, remote execute suspiciously. But we press upload, and why burp suite is important, so you have the request. And in the request, you can kind of just like change things. So for example, it's currently going to upload. And say like, I said we want to do path like traversal, right? So what happens if I do this and I add //slash Star Wars.png, right? So it's still a valid PNG file. I don't put like, if I put JSP, it's gonna fail. So I'm not gonna do that. But for right now, it's just a PNG. So then we're going to forward it, and I should have sent to the repeater. I'm so sorry. We have to do that one more time. I need to send to the repeater. That was a rookie mistake on my part. Send to repeater. I'm not going to explain it because I literally just explained it. So slash, and we're gonna send. And the repeater is just gonna let me like keep sending. So of course we have an upload successful, which is great because the file type is correct. If we scroll down though, we can see that this kind of just got like completely sanitized. The fact that this exists, like it didn't send it to the directory you want. Of course, like I could add, like for example, I could just change this back and then go JSP, right? It's obviously not a JSP file, it's not even on my computer, but it's just gonna fail completely. So when you see this and you don't see successful, it means it didn't work. So you're gonna come down and it's gonna be like supported file type, so this. So we can just change this back to PNG. And send it again. Yeah, see now it's upload successful again. So from what I understand, I basically need to copy this and put it under the existing PNG and kind of just like hide it, like lie. And now I can use this to delete this, don't need this, don't need this. And now I can use this to like cheat the system, basically. Slash, we don't need this. So again, like another interjection, there's like two things I kind of need to change. So this is like shell.jsp. I kind of hinted towards it. We are using this shell.jsp, and then I've just got it downloaded locally here. So let's jump back. So that's shell.jsp, and then kind of the part that I guess is the injection is we need to change this name to, oh, actually we need to do like that. I think it's upload top. What was that? I need to find that link here. It is top.file. Are we sure that's correct? Top.upload file name. So I believe it's top.upload file name. We need to go here. And if I run it, we send this. We get upload successful. Let me just real quick scroll down. No, right, so it didn't quite go where we wanted it to go. Why? Something's happening here. Let me dig a little further, I'll be back. So unfortunately, I've no shame admitting, but I had to cave in. I genuinely couldn't work out what was wrong. I read a lot of stuff online, and so I end up watching a tutorial. Not this one. So this is the actual no, it is this one. This is the actual like hack the box walkthrough. And from what I can tell, so they did it differently. So they put in the actual code, they inserted the JSP. But from what I think matters is this capital U for upload. So yeah, I mean technically this is gonna be, if this works out. So first one I didn't do by the book, but capital upload. Oh my god. Okay, so that was the problem. It was just I can't explain why. Actually, I want to do this. If I have both of these as lowercase, this probably isn't going to work, by the way, but. Yeah. I really don't know why this needs to be capital U. I'm sure someone out there could explain. I mean, I guess because this is like, you know, the same as that upload.action. It needs to be specific, but why then upload needs to be capital, I'm just going to send it again. Yeah, upload successful, awesome. And then it's here, so I believe that means I can get rid of this, don't need that anymore. That's that. Let's go here. So if I search up this, shell.jsp should be, oh, I need to accept, lol. That's so true. This one here, forward. And it doesn't exist. What? Okay, we are back in the trenches. That's fun. Okay, so we are low-key back for round 2. I had to reset everything for some reason. My virtual machine decided to like destroy itself and not work. But from what I can tell, I'm going to do what the previous guys did. Completely delete that section. We are going to recopy this because, of course, that's what we need to do. Not like that, just paste. Do it like this. Let me find the code file I was using. Code file, where is the top.upload? You know, funny enough, it was actually in the code file there. It was also top.upload. Again, I'm not really sure, like, oh, that's not the right tabbing. I'm not really sure why, like, it is capital upload. I might have a look later. I'll probably do like a GitHub report. Might also link my GitHub in the in the comment section, but yeah, okay, so what else do we need change? So it's obviously not content type. What am I trying to do here? So we want shell.jsp. I'm pretty sure that's all we included last time, but let's just try this real quick. Because basically right now there's also no content, right? Like, other than the actual image, there's nothing in here. This is just a path change. This doesn't actually like use the, okay, again, I had to restart everything, but like this doesn't use this obviously because I never connected to. That's actually a good comment. We should probably copy this again. I'm not sure if you watched me copy this already, but we will be copying it again, and we'll likely end up pasting it in here. But let's just send this. I want to see if this is successful. So if this is successful, does it change the path? Yeah, okay, so the path was changed. Let's so maybe if we go here, and then I just go 10.10. 11 dot whatever dot 59, yeah, 11.59, because like, you know, just because it's on burp repeater doesn't mean I can't slash shell.jsp. Okay, oh cool, so this is doing something. So that's this line. So then, if we copy this in, see, the problem is like, I don't know why when I now upload this here, why is this different to when we did last time? Anyway, we're going to resend this. I'm going to okay, is it trying to reverse connect? I need to actually read. That's hilarious. I actually kind of need to read what I'm looking at here. I think there's a timeout in here. So replace with wanted IP import. Yes, that's exactly what we want to be doing. So it will time out eventually. So I will need to resubmit this. But if we do nc, actually, IPA, I'm pretty sure the IP is always shown in this top corner here, so that's pretty useful now that I've picked up on that. So we're going to do netcat lvnp 3004. We're going to come here and we're going to change this to 3004. We're going to change this to, the problem is I don't know if it can reverse connect like this. We'll see. Like we will see, I guess. Let's see if this works. So upload successful. Again, just confirm down here. Okay, path change. Awesome. We're gonna go back here. Oh. Okay, well we have a reverse shell there. NC, this didn't pick up. I didn't really expect it to pick up. So like, what happens if I do like print working directory? Awesome. Okay, wait, we actually have a working like reverse setup thing. I kind of want to reverse to my local computer though. So I'm gonna work that out periodically and then we'll be back once again. So for some reason, like I just could, like commands I ran didn't really, like I could do ls, I could do print working directory, but like if I try cd, like change directory or any sort of wget, for example, wget didn't work. And like basically it just feels like commands were accepted, but not really, like they weren't really doing anything real. So what I've done is I've found this new JSP shell file. We got it from here if you guys want to look. I took this directly from the walkthrough from GitHub, from Strutted. So I'm not gonna like pretend that, you know, I magically created this or whatever. So it looks like this. We have to run it a little bit differently. So I also changed it to shell with 3 L's, mostly because it just wasn't working before. And it's a little bit different. So when I do stuff, instead of just having shell.jsp, we need to have action equals cmd and then cmd equals this. So for example, now I type like ls and it'll work. Or if I go change directory like this, yeah, and that didn't work just because I believe we need to do it like this. Maybe cd isn't allowed, but yeah, okay, whatever. None of this really matters because we need to do wget. So what I'm going to do, what I need to show you, is locally on my computer, we have the shell I made. It's a really basic script, .sh. It's literally just this, and it connects back on 3004. So basically all we care about is when wget http // my IP address, which is 10.10.11, no, 14.97. It's in the top right corner. If you're confused, it's hosted on 8000 and it's shell.sh. Then we go plus, this is going to specify the path, plus, because we need to store in temp, so we need to store it somewhere we know, somewhere we know it's going to be. Like, why does it redirect me like this? This is so weird. It shouldn't do that. Anyway, so let's do like command equals ID, right? But now when I do command equals wget plus this, plus that, / shell plus, it should, okay, wait, was my server running? No, did I really have a rookie mistake like this? HTTP server running. It didn't. So in like the 2 seconds we're gone. It works if I host on port 80, not 8000. So port 80. That is like, of course, transmitting between, I don't know what, like port 443 has also been like commonly used. And I guess port 80 because like TCP, but yeah, that's good to know. Like, because I guess port 8000 was, yeah, I don't know, we've been using port 8000 this whole time, but it looks like port 80 is now the one that works for TCP connections. A little bit weird, but I mean, not much I can do, right? We need to now chmod. So chmod plus 777 plus tmp.shell. I hope that's correct. So that's still, you know, we're going to keep it open just because life nvnp 3000, oh, 3004. Now we just run. Sorry, like this. Okay, because I didn't chmod it correctly. Plus 77 plus, right? And now if I And I did it again. I literally did it again. Okay, wait, so it's holding up? Yes! Oh my god, finally. We're literally just not even as a user yet. We're still Tomcat, but we have a reverse shell. And I do have some sort of... It's on my local computer, so this is awesome. We now need to find users. So if I want to... I'm going to raw dog this part. Find users on local. So how do we log in? Like, I kind of just want to find stuff. Maybe cat/etc/password. Password. I realized that my size wasn't amazing. I didn't increase. I do apologize if the last like couple minutes weren't great. I think I found the directory we should be in if this wants to let me type. So we obviously have conf, and if we know from literally the whole time doing this, conf files always had like interesting stuff inside. Why am I trying to cat? I wanted to cd into it. And then we're just gonna have a look at Tomcat users, because I don't know if you remember, but there was like a Tomcat users in the other binary file. However, that seems to be reoccurring here because we once again have this, which is I mean it's for admin, but I'm like so if we go like sudo su, right, the no new privileges were sent to running as root, sudo's running container may need to adjust. Oh, okay. I might need to just like SSH. So what's his name? James at 10.10.11.95. I forgot what it was running at. That's guided mode. Let's ignore that for a second. 59. 59. Yeah, sure. Awesome. So we've wow, we've logged in as James. It's kind of like I'm just going to say that I didn't even bother checking root because like obviously you're not going to escalate from non-user to like a user root. Sorry, you're not going to jump 2 steps. It usually is just a 1-step jump. So now we have James's flag. I'm not going to do where I get the flags at the end. I'm just going to take the flag now, submit it. So we've submitted the user flag. Oh, let's give it a rating. I'm going to say for me it was hard, for sure. It was a little bit of a skill issue. I'm not going to lie about that. But yeah, certainly a skill issue. So what I usually like to do at these points is we did it last time too. This is a Linux file. So if we go tmp. And I believe, wait, I need to go there. I believe we still have it running, so it should be good. We still have linpeas. Where's linpeas? What? Linpeas should be here. No, it's probably on old machine stuff. Yeah. Python server 80. Let's remember. So linpeas is the same as winpeas. It's just going to check for vulnerabilities. And I'm like 99% sure I'll be able to download it into where we are right now. So we're going to just try and get it onto the machine. Hopefully that works, because if it does, that saves me a lot. Linpeas.sh, is it .sh? I kind of forgot. Linpeas.sh, yes, it is. And then we're going to do /tmp. So connected, it just didn't find, because I can't spell. That makes a ton of sense. Okay, so it's downloading. Awesome. So where are we? Okay, we have it. So we're gonna chmod plus 777 linpeas .sh ls. Awesome. So now it's executable. So peas.sh. So we're gonna let that run. Well, that's right. I mean, it's gonna show us potential flaws with the system. This seems to be a very common escalation though. I'm not sure in terms of like the real world though, because obviously you want like non-remediation, and if you connect like to yourself, I'm sure that like you need to hide that somehow. Obviously, because this is hack the box, do I really care about hiding? Not really. Am I black hatting like in the real world? Also not really. So do I care that much? I'd say no. However, we have some stuff to look at so far, while this continues loading like the cloud and whatever. There is stuff to look at. If you don't remember from last time, red is like, we should probably take a look, but we're really looking at this red/yellow because 95% privilege escalation. I do know that there is a very obvious privilege escalation. But we'll talk about that later while we wait. So let's scroll down. So we know that there's these exploit suggestors, sorry. So you could potentially use some of these. Some of them are older, some are newer. Let's keep scrolling down. Cloud finally seemed to do something. There's a bunch of stuff that says root, Tomcat, blah blah. Nothing red, yellow yet. If nothing comes up red, yellow, I'm going to have to, I guess, take a look at all of these red comments. I'm not sure if it's actually like fully done yet, so we could just be scrolling. Okay. This seems to be interesting. James may run the following commands on localhost. So we have 27 sudo, and yeah, right. And James may run the following on localhost. So that seems to be probably what we need to exploit. I'm just going to keep scrolling down. I don't know what that exploit is. I need to read. I didn't look at it too hard. Obviously, I'm very new into hacking. So like, if you give me a vulnerability, I just don't know what it is straight away. Like, I'm pretty sure even most seasoned, like somewhat seasoned guys, they don't just get something and know how to exploit it. So I think everyone generally kind of needs to like research what these things mean. But okay, cool. So we have this. I'm going to look into what this actually means. And then we'll be back once I worked out. Cool. Bye-bye. Okay, so welcome back. This could be the last clip, which would be great for me. This has been a long recording session. So basically, I'm just going to pull up what I found. So here, I followed, I know you guys saw me last time copy it, but I followed that first, when I get there, this one here, for tcpdump. I followed this website, and I'm just gonna like type ls real quick. Cool, that took me to the bottom. So I obviously followed that one, and it took me here, and where am I looking? It should have been at the top here. Yes, sudo l and firm and find perms. This is for SUID binaries. We've done that actually last time, so I do know a little bit about how they work. However, we are going to use this, and why this is important is because it basically says we can use like sudo, well, kind of sudo on this, because we have sudo l, and it says, of course, James has the ability to run it on this. So again, if I go back to the Linux privilege escalation, you can see tcpdump sudo exploitation. I just pressed the first one. Maybe the second one would be, useful as well. Maybe not. Yeah, this looks way too much text. I don't care. But here you have tcpdump. So why this is important is actually, well, obviously we have tcpdump. You can read it yourself, I guess. But it can be used to break out restrict environments by running non-interactive system commands. And then because we have sudo, if the binary is allowed to run as super user by sudo, it does not drop the elevated privileges and may be used to access the file system, escalate, or maintain privileges. So if we read this, we can say, okay, command equals id, this, blah, 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 right? So that's, that's great, I guess. But I don't actually know what this sudo TCP dump at the bottom means, so I kind of just chucked into ChatGPT and asked, like, I mean, I did ask if there's more steps to get root, but it gave me a good explanation. So Z specifies post rotation, script binary, Z root runs as root, prevents actual file writing, ensures quick log rotation. And then I could probably ask what ln means, but we don't really care at the moment. So basically what we're going to do is, they said do bin bash, but instead of doing that, we're just going to do the same thing here, but the command is going to be like bin bash instead, basically. That is not bin bash. Let me just, I guess, go up to that command. Bin bash. I'm like 99% sure. I'm just not going to take the risk. We've had enough delays so far. Yeah, okay, so that's the command. We need the tf. Tf equals this. Then we need to echo. So that command has now gone into tf. We need to chmod. So it has the right permissions. And then we need to execute it. And then that should have made me root, but for some reason it did not. So I'm going to try, I guess, something different. We're just gonna, I guess, copy, not like that. Command equals. So we're gonna copy bin bash to /tmp. Do we have a name? We're just gonna call it shell. Actually, we're just gonna call it hacker. Oop. Hacker. Chmod 7776. Actually, we can just give it chmod later. Like, we don't need that right now. So is this what I want? cp bin bash. Yeah, okay. So what this hopefully will do is we'll be able to see it in temp, which is where we are right now. And that means, like, it won't delete itself immediately, is the hope. Okay. There's a lot of these TMP files. I don't know if that's like... Oh, there's a thing called hacker. Chmod +777 hacker. I mean, it looks like it's executable anyway. Yeah, okay. So if we just run hacker. /hacker. Brah. Yeah, I'm extremely confused. One sec. Again. Okay, so this will actually be the final recording. I basically need to change the permissions of the group. So if you look currently, I'm just gonna say like root can only run it. But if we do like chmod +s, so what chmod +s is basically, if someone else runs a file, they'll run the file as a user group who created it. So basically, we're just gonna run. I need to copy everything now. This is a little bit frustrating. So we're gonna copy this down. We need to do like a and chmod plus s slash tmp. I'm gonna name it something else. So it's gonna be like lol pray. No, not that. That's 2. Please work. We're gonna call please work. Please work. Now I'm going to go back to this when this wants to load. You know, I'm just gonna have it off screen and then I'll just copy it over. You guys already saw it before, so there's no need to keep it on screen. I'm not sure of the sizing. I feel like you guys are struggling to see this again. I just jumped all over the place. I do apologize. I've really not been paying attention to sizing. So I think I know what the problem is. We're just gonna have to go from the start pretty much again. Basically, I didn't run sudo. It was kind of a complete amateur mistake on my part, but it's been a long video. Well, let's blame it on that. tmp slash I called please work last time. We're gonna go with the same thing, and then we have the end command chmod plus s slash tmp slash please work. That looks accurate. I'm now gonna just side this because you've seen it like a few times now. So I said it last time too, I think, so we don't need to keep showing that. Okay, so that did work. Okay. Wait. Who am I? I'm still James. What? Do I just have root though? CD out of this. CD root. Yeah, I don't have root perms cat root.txt. By M, please work. That should have. So one of the go-to things about ChatGPT is you can kind of just ask, and it's much quicker at telling you what the problems are. And it turned out the problem was I needed this like P, because this basically, if you don't have it, it will drop root privileges, but if you don't, it won't. So basically what I'll do is just write ID, right? And we can obviously here we have root. If I exit and do it without the P, I just do please work and I go ID, we don't. So in short, to maintain the root privileges we want, we need to have this -p, which now means if I print working directory and we go out of this and we cat root.txt, we we finally have the flag. This is what, like 4 days I think I'm coming on now in terms of this, so I'm really happy to finally get like done with it. Wow. So pawn machine, I'm going to give that medium because the second part was not nearly as hard as the first part. That's a whole machine done. Look, to be brutally honest, this was massive learning curve. Jumping from easy to medium. Easy is a lot more handheld. Like, I mean, I'm sure I showed before. I did some of the guided mode when I was like lost. but then I kind of stopped at the username because that was, of course, exploiting the CVE. So I didn't really need help. I also found all of this stuff myself through like Reconnaissance. So the guided mode wasn't actually that helpful. Whereas like in previous machines, guided mode is really like, yes, go here, then go here, then go here. So yeah, a massive learning curve. I learned a lot. Hopefully you guys, even if you didn't learn a lot, you could see like the struggle we went through to work out this machine. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in a future video. This was definitely a big struggle. Next one will be better for sure. Because, you know, of course, you get better over time. I'll get better over time. I now know more things. And yeah, so I hope to see you in the next one. If you made this far, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.